All right, I'm in Studio 1, just getting set up right now. Here's the ICOM 7700, not too shabby, and the golden Heil microphone. This is the amplifier I'm going to be using, and the logging software up there, and kind of excited about getting on the air here. All right. Here's the antenna rotator and locate with pointing 200. We're on Skype, and I guess we're ready to go. Okay, I'm setting up in this studio now. In Studio 1, the first studio at the headquarters. Right now they're doing the CW code practice, and it's bleeding over, so at 10 o'clock that ends, and that's when I'll come on the air. So I'm set up, and we're ready to roll as soon as they finish with code practice.
Okay, terrific. We've got quite a few people standing by. Conditions are crap, as you probably already know, but I'm just hoping it's going to open up a little bit before you get in the booth and actually push the talk over.
All right, well, we have maximum everything. We have a great antenna up at about, I'm thinking it's up at about 80 feet, a 5-element, 20-meter monobander, running a total of 1,500 watts, pointed at 200 degrees from Newington, Connecticut. So that's due south, or mostly south. Anyway, if it's going to work, it's going to work. If not, we just we'll wing it. N2SQ.
Yeah, I guess you heard Captain Ron has his coax connector in the pickle jar right now. He's getting a lot of heavy lightning activity and rains. His internet's pretty well out of action. Let's see who we have. I know who we're hearing you right now. It's at least Dick down in Honduras, and Captain Ron is listening to us. And N4MCF is on the remote, and KF4MJJ are here. And of course Elvis is here, and KC8IQF is here. And there's a few more I think they're also waiting for you. So hopefully we'll be able to get as many in here as possible. Over.
All right, I'll be back probably in about 5 minutes or so. So looking forward to it, and thanks for everybody being there for the contacts. I appreciate it.
Roger. They must have a logging computer there. Do you have to do all your own logging?
Yes, the logging computer screen is right above the transmitter. The transmitter is an ICOM 7700, and then they also have the computer screen up on top that duplicates the display on the radio. And we're all set up in 14347. The logging is ready. We're ready to go.
Okay, very good. Well, we'll do the best here. If we can be of any help at all, let me know. And I don't know, maybe Dick down there will be up also in Honduras, but he's got a pretty good signal at the moment into Florida anyway. Okay, do we have anyone else for the SpiderWebNet? We need a number 21, Case Graveyard. Kilo Delta 2, India, Quebec something mobile, go ahead. Oh, Tim, okay, of course. Okay, well, you know that in a few minutes here we'll hear George from W1AW, over.
Well, here we go.
So I think we are there. We are done except for the irrigation system, which is still has the big valve on it anyway. We got no leak, but we don't have the valve valves and the control box on yet to be able to troubleshoot that and repair that. But that'll last for a month or two as we still have rain before we have to have that operational anyway. So not a big deal at the moment. Anyone that can hear K3 Alpha Alpha, would like to say hello? Good morning, Al. Good morning, Al. And of course, yes, I know George is going to start here soon, so I just want to sit there and say good morning. Yes. Good morning. Thanks for picking me up. Yeah, okay. We're looking forward to hearing George for
W1AW.
Morning, George.
K3AVR, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, I hear you, George. Yeah, I got Curtis K5MIR in here on the phone to pick up N2SQ. He's there.
Well, I'll take them as they come along. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. We're at the League headquarters, flagship station, Studio 1. My name is George. My call sign is N2SQ. And I will try to operate between now and 12 o'clock when they shut this thing down for lunch. So anyway, this is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. November 4, November, Charlie Fox. You'll have to bear with me. I'm trying to log at the same time. This is Whiskey 4, Whiskey W1AW. I'll be all right.
About a year and a third ago, but anyways, I think it's probably somewhere around here. But anyways, good morning to you, and boy, okay on the Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey station, and good morning from Central Florida, down there in Oviedo, Florida, N2SQ, name is it.
Ed, this is the first time I've heard you on the air. You're so close to me, so I never hear you then. So great to have you in here, and first, you got a 5-5 here into Newington. No, I'm sitting in front of, I'm in Studio 1.
I know there's a lot of other guys that will check in with you, so it's just, I will say hi to you and bye, and I'll be listening for a while. Have a good time. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, N2SQ, and this is November 4, November Charlie Fox in Oviedo, Florida.
Okay, let me, Alan, try next. I want to try and get the DX stations first. HK3 Alpha Alpha, I hear you at about a 5-4, but I hear you. Whiskey 4 Alpha Alpha, W1AW.
I think you guys doubled. Alan, did you copy it? Roger. Thanks, George. Thanks for the report.
Say again, what was that signal report? HK3 Alpha Alpha, W1AW. Okay, Alan, you're a 5-5 here into Newington. Thanks for the contact, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. K2LCT, go ahead.
Hotel Radio 1 Portable, K2 Lima, Charlie Tango.
Okay, got you as a 5-6. K2LCT. What was the rest of that you tagged on there?
Hotel Radio 1 Portable. Hotel Radio 1
Okay, I'll have to correct that in the log. I didn't get that before. Good to hear you in there. You're a 5-5 here into Newington.
Thank you. 7-3.
7-3, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Elvis, go ahead.
All right. Kilo Charlie. I got you 5-7 Northwest Kentucky.
And you're a 5.556 here into Newington. How you doing, Elvis?
Doing pretty good, bud. Doing pretty good. Hope you enjoy yourself up in the Northeast there. And look forward to you getting home there, and we'll be listening for you, okay?
Yeah, you know, I put a G5RV Junior up at the cabin in Vermont. We had a heavy noise level, and I'm going to hang up the Skype here. I had a heavy noise level, so I took it down for a while. I wanted to concentrate my time with my sons. They just flew home this morning. I put them on the plane here in Hartford, and that's why I came up here. Well, I had other business to deal with here at the league, but I decided to get on the air. This would be a great opportunity for everybody to work W1AW. Good to hear you, Elvis. KG4WHG, W1AW.
Roger, George. Okay. W1AW, Kilo Golf 4, Whiskey Hotel Charlie. We talk to you soon, buddy.
7-3s, K3AVR and a W1AW.
Yeah, K3AVR here, Jim, and you were 40 over 9 at one point here. I was really shocked at the signal. I lost my amplifier here, George, only operating 150 watts right now. It went bang again this morning after operating perfectly for 2 days after the first repair, so obviously it's got some kind of issue I have to sort out. So, but we are playing that here with the 3-element 6x-R right now. So, about 40 dB over S9, W1AW, K3AVR.
All right, Jim, you're on S8, peaking about S8, so good signal. I hear you well. Propagation seems to be picking up. I wonder if Harry is in there this morning.
Harry, we had to go over to the ARRL Solid Device and Cow Food at the feed store. Harry, are you in here?
I guess not. Can I want to contact me through your remote?
George, can you talk to HK3AVR?
HK3AVR, here is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, you're about a 5 and 6, 5 and 7 right now, George.
You're about a 5.4 here, 5.4.
Yeah, seems like this is getting better at reading than you're hearing, over.
As long as we can hear each other, that's all that matters. And so, Jim, thanks. I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciated the Skype while I was while I'm up here in the Northeast in Vermont. I was many times just listening in, but it was good to have connections with my friends. I may throw the antenna back up again and try the RF again. All right, 7-3s, Jim, HK3AVR, W1AW.
Okay, yeah, no, you know I love the remote rig setup, but that they did a lot. And Skype, it still allows me to help them out. And some days like today, it almost made me net because we have such more distance over.
All right, you faded out just then, but I got most of that. So we'll say 7-3s and we'll move along.
Okay, back to the K3AVR station, 7-3, George. K3AVR, Marco Island clear.
K3AVR, W1AW, QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 9, Quebec.
Kilo Charlie 9, Quebec. You're 5.5 here into Newington.
Thank you very much for the 5.5. How's my audio sound?
A little muffled, but it's readable.
Okay, yeah, I had a bad recorder and it was going to track it down. About 5.7, 5.7
All right, Brett, thank you for the contact. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Kilo Mike 4, Oxford Delta Sierra.
Kilo Mike 4 station, go ahead.
Kilo Mike 4, Oxford Delta Sierra.
Wow, you got a great signal. You're 5.9 here into Newington. Name here is George.
Roger, George. Well, you got enough George here down in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. QSL, great signal, good audio down here.
Well, welcome to W1AW, the real dream station. I'm using, what is this here? an ACOM 2000A amplifier at full legal. So this is the station everybody dreams about, I guess, to have at home, with a 5-element 5-element 20-meter monobander up at about, I'm thinking about 80 feet. I'll have to ask Joe, but that's what it looks like to me.
Roger that. One day I hope to make it up there, but we'll see what happens. I'm just doing a PS590. I'm putting on about 200 watts right now on an 80-meter Delta loop QSL.
Yeah, and you just went 10 over, so the band is picking up. So 7-3, thanks for the contact. W1AW, QRZ. United Kingdom station, go ahead.
W1AW, this is N2UK/4 November 2 Uniform Kilo 4. Good morning, George. This is Ken, Kilo 11 November. I'm in Laurel Park, North Carolina. I'd just like to let you know I was in W1AW 49 years ago. Back to you. W1AW, this is N2UK/4.
N2UK, UK or UH?
United Kingdom.
I got to figure out how to. Okay, I'm learning the software here. Okay, yeah, you're a 5.8, peaking 5.8 here into Newington. Yeah, I operate. This is my third time operating here at W1AW. First time was with my son when he first got licensed, and then I operated a few years later, and I had to come over to the league today to do some paperwork, so I figured I'd get over here and have some fun. This is W1AW.
W1AW, this is N2UK/4. Thank you, George. I remember we went up in 1969, we went up to Newington. I went with the SCM, Sex Communication Manager for Northern New Jersey. And on the way up and way back from Newington, we were on 2 meters AM. That tells you how long ago it was. I'll let you go. I know there's a lot of stations wish to talk to you. But you're my first station that I talk to since I've been in North Carolina. Have a good one, George. W1AW, this is N2UK/4, 7-3.
7-3, W1AW, QRZ. I hear a Foxtrot Golf. Whiskey 9, Sierra Foxtrot Golf. Do I have that right? Okay, Whiskey Bravo 9, Sierra Foxtrot Golf. You're a 5.5. I got the beam swinging down south. I was going to turn it more to the west. I may do that here in a moment. You're about 5.5 here. You just faded down to where I can't copy you anymore. So I'm going to say 7-3 to you. Enjoy your new radio. Whiskey 1, Alpha Whiskey.
Kilo Papa 4, Juliet, Romeo, Sierra.
Juliet, Romeo, Sierra again.
Roger, buddy, good morning. This is Kilo Papa 4, Juliet, Romeo, Sierra. KT4 JLS. Same here as Jose, and you're 5.9 plus, over.
You're a 5.9 here into Newington. Great signal here into Newington. Oh, what's your location?
Roger, thank you very much for the nice report. You're also have a good one right here in the central part of the island. Thank you very much and have fun.
7-3, great signal from Puerto Rico. Enjoy. Whiskey 1, Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Hotel Papa 4, Whiskey Romeo Echo. Hey, Ron. W1AW. Hey, Ron, great signal. You're about a 5.4 here, but you're very readable. HB4RWE, I'm so glad that I was able to make contact with you. I would have been disappointed if you didn't come on. So I'm glad that you're back and you are on the air. This is W1AW. Back to you, Ron.
Roger, George. I wanted to make sure you got a pen and contact.
And I've worked Alan and Jim down in Bogota, out of Bogota, and so we're racking them up here, having a good time.
That's what it's all about. Having a good time, George. Well, great to hear you this morning, and thanks for the contact. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey with N2SQ at the controls. Hotel Papa 4 Romeo Whiskey Echo 73.
This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. The mobile station, go ahead.
This is Whiskey Echo 8 Juliet, WDAJ Mobile in South Carolina.
Whiskey Echo 9 Juliet Mobile. This is W1AW, and you're about a 5-5. Come back and let me get your signal report.
Whiskey Echo 8 Juliet. Whiskey Echo 8 Juliet.
All right, fat fingered that one. Let me Whiskey Echo 8 Juliet Mobile. You're a 5858. Great signal.
Okay, Roger, Roger. Thank you. You're on 5-9. Really good signal here at Lake Hartwell in upstate South Carolina. The name is Mike Echo Lima, QSL.
Curacao Mel, thanks for the contact and happy motoring. W1AW QRZ. BAK station, go ahead.
Kilo 4 Bravo Alpha Kilo. Nice to talk to you. Use the foot switch. Your signal's 5-9, Central Florida, Kissimmee, Florida, next to Disney World. Back to you.
Oh, like home. I'm from Sarasota, Florida. I'm vacationing up here in the Northeast. So yes, I'm using a foot switch. The station is a Hiram PR 781G. It's an ICOM 7700 into an ACOM 2000A amplifier at full legal into a 5-element monoband up at about 80 feet beaming south. This is W1AW.
Okay, don't you wish you could take that home to your QTH? That's great. Hey, when you get tired, we go across the street. You go get a sandwich. Back to you.
Well, thank you for the culinary advice. Appreciate it. 730 Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. I got a Hotel 6 station.
Hotel 6, Mike Tango. I'm in Florida, George.
Okay, say that again, your call sign again.
Kilowatt Henry 6, Mike Tango. I am in Florida.
Okay, Kilowatt Hotel 6 Mike Tango. You're about a 5558 here into Newington, and I copy you're in Florida.
Roger. Thanks for the 5, I think you said 5758. You're about an 8 to 9 down here in Grand Island. Lake County, almost geographic center. Name is Jerry, George. Have fun.
Well, thanks, Jerry, for the contact. Enjoy Florida. It's been pretty overcast here and rainy the last 2 days, but the forecast is for great weather. And tomorrow I hope to be out on the trail hiking. So that's what I'm doing. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Something uniform. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Whiskey America 2, United Foxtrot Delta.
Whiskey America 2, United Foxtrot Delta, W1AW.
W1AW, Whiskey Alpha 2, Uniform Foxtrot Delta. You're 5 and 9 into my QTH, West Coast of Florida.
Oh, got all the Florida stations coming in. Well, nice warm signals. I appreciate that. I live over the other coast. I live in Sarasota. So thanks for the contact. 7-3s, enjoy your day. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Foxtrot station, try again. Sorry, I just can't pull you out. I'm gonna swing the beam a little bit more to the west, so stand by. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, stand by. Using my camera here. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Kilo 4 Mike Echo Foxtrot, is that right?
USL, Kilo 4 Mike Echo Foxtrot, name is Michael in Canton, Georgia. You are 5'9", over.
You are a 5'8" here into Newington. Great signal, though. I copy you real well. You were on top of the pileup.
Roger, I appreciate the contact. Have a good one, 73.
73, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 4 station, try again. Can't copy. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Kilo 1 Oscar 4 Golf.
Kilo 1 station. Kilo 1 station, this is W1AW. I can see, I don't know where he went. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Okay, I got Kilo 1 Oscar something. If you give me the rest of it, we can get a contact. Wow, the signal was up and dropped right out to the basement. Maybe you try again and let me make a few more contacts and try again. Maybe the propagation will change. It just dropped right out to where I can barely hear you. All right, stand by. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
George, what is your home call?
Station asking me a home call. What's your call?
N2UK, November 2, United Kingdom. We talked already. I just need your home call so I can check YouTube.
Oh, yes. November 2, Sierra, Quebec. N2SQ. There is a link to my YouTube channel there. Yeah, N2SQ is the call.
Negative. We already talked, but you said that you were going to have something on YouTube. I just want to follow up on that. It's called N2UK, November 2, United Kingdom.
Yeah, November 2, United Kingdom. My home call is November 2, Sierra, Quebec. N2SQ. That's my call.
Okay, W1AW, this is N2UK. Thank you, George. I'll see you on YouTube, N2SQ. Have a good one. W1AW, this is N2UK/4 in Laurel Park, North Carolina, 73.
73s. Anyone who makes contact here wants a QSL card from W1AW. Joe tells me you send in your QSL card with the contact information and they will respond in kind with a QSL card. This is W1AW, QRZ.
Kilo 1 Oscar 4 Golf.
Is that Kilo 1 Oscar 4 Papa? All right, you come in and then you disappear, so you're either not hearing me or I'm not hearing you. I get Kilo 1 Oscar. Try it again. I don't know. W1AW, QRZ. Whiskey 3 station.
Whiskey 3 Oscar Echo.
Whiskey 3 Oscar Echo, you're 5'7", 5'7".
You're
about a 5-9 to 10 over S9 into central east coast of Florida. The name is Mike. And can I get your call sign, please?
Boy, the propagation just popped up. You just went to 10 over. My personal call sign is November 2 Sierra Quebec, N2SQ, and I live in Sarasota, Florida.
Sierra Oscar Golf.
November 2 Sugar Queens, N2SQ.
All right, thank you so much. I got it. Sarasota, Florida, just across the sandbar from me. I'm in New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
Oh yeah, it's a big sandbar. 7-3s, W1AW QRZ. India Golf Oscar something. W1AW QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 4, India Golf Oscar.
Kilo Charlie 4 India Golf Oscar, is that correct?
Kilo Charlie 4, India Golf Oscar, QSL.
Kilo Charlie.
Kilo Charlie 4, India Golf Oscar.
I got Kilo Charlie 4 India Golf Oscar, is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, you're 5-5 to Newington.
5-9 in Rome, Georgia, QSL.
QSL, thanks for the contact, appreciate it. I'm still fumbling around the station here, so if it doesn't sound smooth, that's the reason what's going on here. The logging on their software and operating the station. So anyway, I appreciate it. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Thank you. 3 Alpha 4, Zulu Alpha Zulu.
Zulu Alpha Zulu station.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Zulu Alpha Zulu.
Whiskey Alpha 4 Zulu Alpha Zulu, you're 5-9 in Newington.
QSL to 5-9 you are 5-9 Inverness, Florida.
5-9 Inverness, good signal. It went from a 5-9 down to a 5-4. The band just went down. So anyway, the signal report I give is the initial one. That's the one we'll live with. The band is very fluky today.
Roger, that's the name is Wally, and you're 5-9 here in Inverness, Florida. About 120 miles north of Sarasota. 7-3s, and have a good day up there at W1AW, WA4, is that AZ?
You can't have a bad day here. Hi. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. There's Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Whiskey 4, Echo Charlie Oscar.
Whiskey 4 Echo Charlie Oscar. Do I have that right?
QSL, Whiskey 4, Echo Charlie Oscar. Name is Kevin. We are located in Greenville, Tennessee. You are 5-9, over.
Very good, Kevin. Thanks for the report. You're 5-4, 5-5 here into Newington.
Roger.
Thank you for the contact. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Whiskey Alpha 5 Kilo Bravo Hotel.
Whiskey Alpha 5 Kilo Bravo Hotel. Here's W1AW.
Roger. Good morning to you. The handle is George, GEORG. You're a true 5-9 signal into Lake Charles, Louisiana, southwest Louisiana, over.
Oh, know that place well. I have a friend who lives in Lake Charles, actually. My friend John, he works for Grumman down there. I was stationed at England Air Base way back in the brown shoe days when I had to flip the propeller to get the plane started. Back in the, when was that? I guess back in the late 60s is when I was stationed there. Great signal. You are definitely a 5.9 here into Newington.
Yeah, Roger. Thank you so much.
All right. There's another station just came online in the next studio, and I think he's bleeding over. So we're going to do the best we can. This is W1AW, QRZ. All right, I got to talk with Joe, see what's going on, because he's just the adjacent station and the adjacent studio is wiping me out. W1AW, please stand by. He is wiping out 20.
Wiping out 20?
Yep. Watching when he operates. Let me make a call.
Yeah, I'm gonna give another call. Let's try it out. Okay, so it's probably right on the harmonic too. So if I have you on the filter, this should be good.
Joe is at the patch board. He's making some adjustments. Let's see what happens. The fellow in Studio 3 is operating on 40 meters. He's totally wiping me out. So we'll see what happens.
You want to try it again? He was right. You're right on his second harmonic.
Yeah.
We'll still get a little bit of noise, but shouldn't be as bad now.
It's good now, huh? Is he operating?
Yep. Okay. Much better. Yeah. And if you want to tell everybody where he is, that's going to be his operating frequency.
Okay.
Well, he's probably going to change it a little bit.
Oh, he's changing.
But yeah, once he settles on the frequency, and you'll see his contacts here
Okay.
too. So if you want to tell everybody where he's going to be, that'll work as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was at 71, 72, and you were right on his second harmonic. My filtering can't.
Okay. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey returns. QRZ. Here is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Calling CQ. CQ 20 meters, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Jim, is that you, K3AVR? Oh, I got you in the Mobile. You're about an S1, but I got you. We just had another station. He's on 40 meters. He's on at, he looks like he's on 7286 on 40 meters. Maybe you can get him. I don't know if you can get on that frequency. But anyway, he's in Studio 3. And Joe, I was on his second harmonic, and it was just annihilating the signal. So right now we're good. So thanks for coming back to me, Jim. K3AVR, Mobile, W1AW. Yep, I'm swinging the Bing back towards the south. I had moved it out towards the west. I was wondering if it's coming back up.
The antenna, what I was saying is that one stick off on a tree, and I'm using the backup, which is not perfectly tuned like the original one.
Well, you're doing a 5.5, so you can't complain about that.
Well, this is 200 watts. I love these little GS488 Texas, as you know.
Yeah, you know, a few extra watts sure makes a difference to punch through. So anyway, where you headed?
I'm headed over to my rental house to check the new air conditioner that was installed yesterday. It's been running all night and see if it reached temperature. Over.
All right, very good. You know what? When I was up here, my wife called me up. My air conditioner compressor went out while I was up here, and she was without air conditioning over the weekend. And anyway, we get the new compressor. Unfortunately, I have the warranty and the contract, and it didn't cost me anything. So we're back. My wife's got air conditioning again, and she has custody of my kids. They've already arrived at home. All right, Jim, thank you for getting that email out and letting everybody know. I don't know how many contacts I made, but it was really enjoyable here. And it doesn't seem like there are many people around anymore. I'll make a few more calls, and then maybe I'll move up the band where I see some activity. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Okay, George, have fun there. Would love to do that sometime. 7-3,
Oh yeah, this is like Mecca. This is you got to do once in your life. You got to do Dayton, and you got to come to W1AW. This is like Mecca. All right, 7-3 is Jim, K3AVR, W1AW, QRZ.
7-3, I lost you there for a moment. It's a noisy stoplight. There's another station calling.
Roger, W1AW.
I think that's KM4MI, possibly. That's Marco Mike, over.
I do not hear him.
Mike Deaker, you
I heard him then. Try again, Mike. I'm going to put headphones on here a minute, so stand by.
Yeah, I think he's in the Mobile, too. He's in the Mobile, I believe. Mike, you Mobile?
No, he didn't return. Anyway, good try, Mike. All right, Mike. Can barely make you out, but I know you're in there, and you're about a S1 here into New England, so you tried. So 7-3 is all, and I'll catch you on the Skype tomorrow, probably. Yeah. Jim, give me his call again. I don't remember. I just I copied him real well then, but I didn't get his call. All right, Mike, you're in the log here in WNAW. Made the contact, so if you want to send a QSL card here to the league, you'll get a response. I got you logged in. KM4MI in the Mobile, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Thanks for the contact. Oh, wow. Maybe the mobile will work better. Anyway, I'll be around a little while longer. As long as I've got people calling, I'll make contacts. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 5 Radio, Romeo. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. I think you're about 5 now. Let me check your signal report. Oh, where are you located? Yeah. Well, I was in Louisiana in the service, so good signal. I'm getting good signals from the south. I'm going to swing a little more to the west. But anyway, thanks for the contact. Whiskey 5, Radio, W1AW. Wow, you just came up to a 5.8. So you're right. Conditions are all over the map. W1AW. Whiskey 1, W1AW, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 4 station, try again. It's rough copy, but I'll try. Whiskey 4, Oscar, is that correct? I'm sorry, somebody was tuning up right on frequency at an S20, 20 over, so I wiped you out completely. Sorry, old man, I can't pull you out. You're really down in the noise, and I'm trying, and somebody came and tuned up right over top of you. So maybe later on, a little later on. I'm going to try and be here another half an hour at least. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 5, Bravo Romeo, is that correct? Let me try this again. Whiskey 5, Bravo Romeo. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. You're 20 over into Newington. Okay. 7-3, thanks for the contact. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. There's Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey calling CQ20, CQ20. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, CQ20, CQ20. Kilo 0 station, go ahead. I have K0 KHW in Minnesota. You're about a 5.5. Just dropped out again. Try it again. My name is George. My call sign is November 2 Sugar Queens, N2SQ, Home QTH in Sarasota, Florida. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. Seven threes, thanks for the contact. Really appreciate it. I'm going to swing the B more to the west, and that should help out a little bit. Yeah, it worked. The beams work. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. ARRL Headquarters Station, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, calling QRZ. QRZ, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey on CQ. All right, down in the mud is Hotel Foxtrot. Let's try it again. Try it again. Okay, Foxtrot station, stand by. We'll get to you at the KG4 kilowatt, kilowatt 4 golf station. Okay, kilowatt 4 golf November Romeo. You're 5-5 into Newington. George, and I'm at the ARRL headquarters station. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey is the call sign here. And the operator is George. N2SQ is his call. Okay, the other station was
Very good, I got you.
W1AW QRZ. The band dropped out again. We'll keep trying. I think it's a 2 station. That's about all I got. Repeat your call a couple of times. I may be able to pull you out. I got Kilo Alpha 2. Is that correct? Somebody was relaying for you. Go ahead with that relay. Thank you so much for the help. Kilo Delta 2, India, Quebec, November. Kind station helped you out there. I am copying you by S1, S2. You're in there, but it's not totally legible. But thanks for the contact. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. All right, thank you for the contact. I didn't catch much of that, but I know you're there. You're in the log, so if you contact the lead, they'll send you a QSL card. Thank you for the contact. The other station who helped out, come again? QRZ, this is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. November 9, India Tango Bravo. Do I have that right? Big signal. I wish it was my signal. Hi. This is W1AW flagship station, Studio One. Great situation here. This is an ICOM IC 7700 into a ACOM 2000A amplifier, full legal, with a 20-meter monobander up at about 80 feet. Seven three, thanks for the contact. I swung the beam towards the west, so that probably helped it a lot too. W1AW, QRZ. Kilo Golf 5 station again. Kilo Golf 5, Golf X-ray, Foxtrot, your 5-5 is in Newington. Well, thank you for New Mexico. Appreciate that. Band conditions are very fluky. They come up and then they drop out. But I'm going to stick with it because this is a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that like to work this station. Not necessarily me, but this station, this call sign. Anyway, Joe's over there running coax and making connectors up, so he's busy. Enjoying my time here at headquarters. 73CU, KG5, GXF. W1AW. Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Kilo 9 Tango Whiskey, great signal. I'll give you an honest report next time you come back. This is W1AW. All right, you're at a 5.8, good signal. Thanks for the contact in Minnesota, appreciate it. 73K9TWW, W1AW, QRZ. I hear a station really low, I think it's Mobile. No, I can't pull them out. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Yeah, I heard that. That's actually
I hear a kilo, and that's about all I got. Sorry, old man, just can't get it. Just can't pull it out. Sorry about that. W1AW. Whiskey 4, Hotel Kilowatt Lima. This is W1AW. Yeah, they scribbled you. Is that Hotel Kilowatt Lima? Is that your call? Well, you're a 5.8, great signal, great audio into Newington here. Appreciate the contact.
Oh, very good. I usually do portable.
I highly recommend if you ever get up in the Northeast, make the side trip to come here. It's really quite the experience. 73, thank you for the contact. Whiskey 4, the Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey. If anybody's interested, there's another station on the air at on 40 meters at 7286. He's logging contacts too. This is W1AW. I hear you in this station, but you're very low. Maybe band. Maybe swing the beam to the south. I don't know where you're located. Does anybody hear him? W1AW, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. Whiskey 0, Victor Mike, great signal. Don, you're a 5'8", 5'5" to 5'8", peaking 5'8", so we'll give you a 5'8" there. Great audio here into Newington. Tell me full legal. Well, I did doing a great job. You just peaked to S9, so the propagation is everything. Well, you know, you get on the air and you take what comes at you and you do the best with it and enjoy it. So it's not always going to be armchair copy, but it's fun anyway. Especially operating from this studio. This is like ham radio heaven here. Don, name is George. I'm looking at this spectrum analyzer here, and there's not very many signals on the air. I'm seeing maybe 2 or 3. This 14347 is our net frequency that we use in the morning and evening, the SpiderWebNet. And a lot of my friends were on here this morning. I told them I'd be here. So I made the contacts with them, and now I'm just filling a log and just having some fun. There is another fellow in another studio here operating on 40 meters at 7286. It looks like he's on. So if anybody's listening once again on 40 at work headquarters, he's there.
Mostly CW. And one of the reasons that I work CW more than anything else is that the single sideband pileups have just gotten to be so doggone unruly. It's just really unpleasant to even work them anymore there.
Well, I live in a deed-restricted community at home in Florida, and I have a G5 RV Junior up in my attic, and I operated about 500 watts into that. And I get great signal reports, and I can work. I've literally worked the world with that antenna. Propagation is the deal. I don't work a lot in that. That's the only one I get on, and I've made a lot of friends. A lot of the guys who operate are in the Florida area, so I get to see them, and we get together from time to time. And you know, you make a lot of friends around the world. So that if you go to my QRZ page, there's a link to my YouTube channel, and there's a video, because I do summits on the air also. There's a video from Glastonbury Mountain, and that's where I met these guys on a SpiderWebNet at like 7 o'clock in the morning on top of a mountain in Vermont, doing my soda operation, and they were great signals. And actually, through their remote, I worked a guy in Thailand. So I said, these guys, this sound like a lot of fun. And when I got home, I got on the net, and I've been hooked on it ever since. And it's just for fun. We walk on everybody. There's a lot of these nets, especially on the lower frequencies, that get very possessive of their frequency. And but ours is open to everybody, all takers. We have Google Docs that people check in on, and we have a Skype remote, so you can get in any way you want. You can be sitting in a restaurant with your cell phone and get on the net. So it's a lot of fun, and I learn a lot about the different technologies that people are using in radio. We have a couple of guys with remote stations, so it's fun to hear them from different locations. So I enjoy it. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Yeah, okay, George. W1AW from W0PM. Victor Mike. Yeah, well, it all depends on what you like. That's what's so great about this hobby. And actually, it has turned into more than a hobby for me. It's more like an avocation, really. I just really enjoy it. I'm retired now, and between playing bridge and ham radio, that's what occupies 90% of my time. But let me tell you, operating from Florida, from, as you said, I think you said Maine, even Connecticut, it's a totally different world than working from here in the Midwest. We call this area the black hole of RF, and believe me, it is absolutely true.
Yeah, well, during field day, I was operating 6 meters, and there was a station in Missouri who was knocking them dead on 6 meters, and we were struggling up in Vermont. So, it depends on the band. One thing about living on the peninsula of Florida, you have the ocean and the Gulf on either side, and it really launches a great signal. I was experimenting with a magnetic loop antenna, which you will see on my YouTube channel. And I had it in a mock-up stage hanging from the ceiling of my garage where I was testing it and stuff with clip leads, and it didn't look like much. And from my garage, I worked Ireland on my prototype of my magnetic loop antenna. So that was a lot of fun. Yes, I do make a lot of good contacts from Florida. I agree with that. That saltwater amplifier. I go down to the beach from time to time and operate from there, and I get great signal reports. So, you got to make it the fun you want it to be. I ran 2 high school radio clubs for about 7 years. The Sarasota Military Academy, Whiskey 4 Sierra Mike Alpha, and the Pineview School, Whiskey 4 Papa Victor Charlie. So I was teaching ham radio, getting kids licensed, and doing that for quite a while. So I'm retired now also, and I'm up here in Vermont. I come up to Vermont for the summer to get away from the heat and do a lot of hiking. I love to hike. I'm 70 years old, and I find the hiking keeps me in good shape and helps keep me healthy. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey.
Yeah, well, good for you. Absolutely fantastic. Good for you. I wish that I could do that. I get out of breath now just walking a city block. So.
Stand by.
But, I've been 15 years after being, no, more than that. I guess close to 20 years now. After being diagnosed with congestive heart failure, so I just can't really do a whole lot that younger people can do, or people in better shape that don't have heart failure. So you got to do what you can do, And I'm happy with the little activities that I can do. I have to hire people to do things that are really physically strenuous rather than trying to do it myself. But hey, you do, like I said, you play the cards that you are dealt. Now, as far as the saltwater propagation, let me tell you a story. I don't know if you remember this guy or not. His name was Jim Smith. His call sign was VK9 November Sugar, VK9NS. He traveled the world, and he would always come up on some remote island someplace, stick a vertical antenna on the beach very near the salt water, use 100 watts, and he could work the world with that. But there again, as you mentioned before, that's that salt water amplifier, and it just absolutely works, George.
Okay, we have other people trying to get in here, so I'm going to say 7-3-SU. Thanks for the contact. And check out my YouTube channel. You'll see some of my hiking, some of my antenna stuff, some of my kayaking, and all kinds of craziness in there. And this, I'm videoing this, actually got the camera sitting right in front of the radio. And I'm recording this whole W1AW experience. And I'll be editing it and getting it on my YouTube channel. So you'll actually hear yourself on this contact here at W1AW. Thanks for the contact, and we'll say 7-3s to you.
Okay, George, 7-3, and yeah, I did hear somebody, contact in there. I guess that's some kind of a net protocol. 7-3, good luck, take care. W1AW, W0VM.
Whiskey 4 Alpha Romeo Whiskey.
All right, stand by. I got a KD8. Kilowatt Delta 8 was trying to get in first.
Delta 8, Whiskey Sierra Lima. Just want to say hi, George. This is Bill from the Morning SpiderWeb group up in Michigan.
KD8, oh yes. Give me the rest of your call so I can log it right.
Delta 8, Whiskey Sierra Lima. KD8 WSL.
Right, you had a great signal here, 5.6 here into Newington. And thanks for the contact. I wanted to get as many of the SpiderWeb guys on the log as possible. Thanks again. All right, contact, go ahead.
Yeah, K5MIS, Marco Island, Florida. George, good morning. Just a quick hello. Great signal from W1AW. And there's a lot of people waiting, so I'll take it back to you to tie the ribbons on it. And I'm going to go about my manatee swimming.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear Snooty died?
No, I did not.
There was an accident. Somebody left the door open under the water, and Snooty got stuck in there and drowned. He was 69 years old. Snooty died, and we're mourning his loss.
Roger. Well, my attitude is that the more manatees we keep around, the better off we're going to be.
Amen. I hear that. All right, 7-3, Steve, thank you for the contact. The KD8 station, go ahead. I guess he didn't wait. Sorry about that. This is Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ.
Whiskey 4 Alpha Romeo Whiskey.
Whiskey 0, Fox Juliet Radio.
Whiskey 4 Alpha station.
Yes, USL, this is Whiskey 4 Alpha Romeo Whiskey. W4ARW. We're running 75 watts from North Carolina. Name is Joshua.
Joshua, you got a great signal here into Newington. You're a 5.5. Very good audio, very readable. Thanks for the contact.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, I believe you said you're putting this video of your QSOs on your YouTube page. I have an amateur radio YouTube page as well that I do stuff on, and I was actually about to go work on a video right now. So if you can give me your channel name, I will be sure to look you up and maybe give you an extra subscription there.
Just go to my QRZ page. The link is there.
Okay, QSL, mine is the same if you want to check mine out as well. 73s, God bless, it is a great contact, and you're sounding 20 over. I can actually hear you just fine on my dummy load, 73s.
You just went up to 5.8. So anyway, 7.3s, QRZ.
Whiskey 0, Fox Juliet Radio.
Whiskey 0 station.
Whiskey 0, Foxtrot Juliet Radio, Richmond, Minnesota, 5-9.
Whiskey 0 FDR, is that correct?
Foxtrot Juliet Radio, Fast Jackrabbit.
Foxtrot Juliet. Oh, you know, the cursor's sitting over the top of it. The cursor was sitting over the top of the letter and made it look like something else. Anyway, you got a good signal. Give me a transmission again. I'll give you a signal report.
Okay, again, the name is Rich, Romeo India Charlie Hotel. We're in east central Minnesota, about 45 miles northwest of Minneapolis, and you are 5-9 plus 20 over S9 here in east central Minnesota. Got the beam pointed out to, what is your YouTube channel? What is your personal call sign over?
Oh yeah, my personal call is N2SQ. I told a guy to go to my QRZ page. I realized he hasn't got my call. November 2, Sierra, Quebec, N2SQ, and my link is there for my YouTube channel.
Okay, very good. And you'll be uploading that here at the end of the transmission from W1AW station.
Well, it'll be a couple of days because I'm actually staying up in Vermont. I'm down here today to drop my kids off at the airport. Came to the studio to operate, and I'm going back to Vermont, and I'll get to it eventually. I'm on vacation, so I will edit it, and it'll get there eventually.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you very much, George. I got it pulled up here and already subscribed, so I'll wait to hear that. It'd be nice to hear my station out in Connecticut. So I'll let you get a few more. Thanks for answering my call. W1AW from W0FJR73, and have a wonderful day.
W0FJR and W1AW QRZ.
Good morning, George. K9ZCE.
Somebody said good morning, George. Go ahead.
Good morning, George. This is K9ZCE, Dave.
K9ZCE. Are you out in the parking lot? The signal is so powerful.
Oh, just a normal setup here. Congratulations there. That's great running W1AW. Hope you have a nice vacation.
Yeah, this is like heaven to me. I mean, it's enjoying this. It's been a lot of fun this morning. I don't know how many contacts I made, but I'm just going to, I guess I'll say here another 45 minutes until they shut me down. They close down at 12 for lunch or whatever. So we'll make as many contacts as we can, as many people want. And if you send your QSL card into the league, you're in the log, so they'll send you one in return.
Oh, great. That'd be great. All right. Well, have fun today and have a good vacation. Safe trip. We'll catch you on the SpiderWebNet later. K9ZCE.
K9ZCE, W1AW, QRZ. The Alpha Echo 4, is that what it is? Okay, you got a good signal, but your audio is kind of like tinny. I don't know what's going on with your microphone. You're about a 5.5.
Roger, roger. It's an older rig, so I'm still getting used to it. You're 5.9 here in the state of Georgia. 7.3. Thanks for coming back to me.
All right, thank you for the contact. Check that microphone. There's something in the audio. It sounds very, I'm going to say tinny sounding. It's not mellow, but good signal. You were 5.5 to 5.8, so give you a 5.8.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I'll definitely check it out. 7.3.
7.3, Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. X-ray, is that what I heard?
November 2, India, X-ray.
November 2, India, X-ray. This is W1AW. My name is George. I hail from Sarasota, Florida, but I'm here operating the league headquarters. My call sign is November 2, Sierra, Quebec. You got a 5.8 signal.
Roger, you're running a 5.9 down here. We're in Lexington, South Carolina, and great way to enjoy your vacation. I've been up there twice, and got to operate one time, I believe, with a whole group of us. Quite enjoyable up there.
Yep, this is the Dream Station, and anybody gets an opportunity, I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. There's 3 operating studios, and it's a studio. It's separate rooms. I will video the rooms and the whole complex up here, so you get an idea. Maybe I can even get Joe to take some video of me operating or whatever. But I'm enjoying it. 7.3s to you, W1AW.
November 7, Lima Alpha Radio.
Lima Alpha Radio.
This is November 7, Lima Alpha Radio, mobile in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. The name here is Larry. Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee.
Well, did you say Harry's your name?
Larry, Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee.
Okay, Larry. 5.5 and Mobile. Great signal from Idaho, I think you said. Iowa.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa. QSL?
Yeah, it's me. I'm being dyslexic, so forgive me. I've been on the air now for an hour and 20 minutes, and I'm getting a little batty here. So appreciate the contact. Good signal, good audio from the car. What's your power level?
I'm just running an ICOM 706 there, but into a little single-band hustler antenna over.
You know, I have a 706. I love that radio. People keep wanting to buy it from me. I won't give it up. It's it'll go to the grave with me. I love that little radio. The 706 is great. I also have a Yaesu 857 that I use for my Summits on the Air activity. But that 706 is a battleship. Man, that thing works. So good contact from the Mobile. Appreciate it.
You bet, and it is just the 706. It is not the Mark II. It is just the ICOM 706, over.
Oh, that's really an oldie. I got the Mark II G or whatever. I guess it was the latest vintage of what they made and before they went to, I think, to the 7000 or something or other.
Anyway, it's a great radio. I really like it. 73, good luck. This is November 7, Leading Alpha Radio.
Thank you for the contact, Larry. This is W1AW, QRZ.
Whiskey Alpha, Whiskey Zulu, Golf November, in Mobile, Georgia.
The Georgia Mobile Station. Go ahead.
Whiskey Alpha 2, Oscar Golf November, Gary, Georgia. Very fine business, fine signal from 1AW, and I bet you're having the time of your life. 73, no traffic coming into OCM.
70, you're 5454 into Newington. Thanks for the contact. 73, my friend. Thanks for the contact. Whiskey Alpha 1, Alpha Whiskey, QRZ. All right, nothing heard. Whiskey 1, Alpha Whiskey, operating by N2SQ, is going to go QRT. Thank you, everybody, for the context. I really appreciate it. It made my time here in Newington very enjoyable and successful. Again, thank you. W1AW is going QRT. And that's it. And that was a lot of fun.
All set?
I know you go to lunch, so
Well, no, it's 12 o'clock.
could you do me a favor?
Sure.
Well, let me shut this down here. Oh, by the way, thank you, Joe. Appreciate appreciate it. Your call
Safety
again is,
first. NJ1Q.
and you are the
Station manager, station trustee, chief cook and bottle washer here at W1AW.
you're the trustee for the call sign also.
For W1AW.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you setting me up in this fine dream station. And Joe corrected a problem earlier. We were getting second harmonic interference from 40 meters from the fellow in Studio 3.
Yes.
And what did you do to correct that?
Had him move off frequency.
Oh, okay.
You were right on his second harmonic. In other words, he had adjusted his radio,
Okay.
not knowing
Okay.
that
That's fine.
his second harmonic was exactly where you were.
Of course, I saw you over there moving some patches. I thought that was...
I had thought it at first was an antenna issue, but when I saw the frequency he was on and the
Okay.
frequency you were on, it's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
No amount of filtering in this station is
Right.
going to get rid of second harmonics.
Right, okay.
Once he moved off frequency, it was fine.
All right. Thank you
Because
again.
there are bandpass filters, both high power and low power, between the antennas and amplifiers and transceivers.
All right. Great. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Okay. It's a little tour of the inside of the W1AW operating room. This is where all the code practice goes out. This is Patch Bay. Radios everywhere. Anyway. Okay, this is Studio 3 here. Make you feel like you're on a ship, Captain, around a little porthole. Just turn the light on here for a minute. They got these beautiful studios set up. I've never operated in Studio 3. I've done 1 and 2. This is not an operating room. This is whatever, his office, I suppose. Let me turn that light out, save a watt. Studio 2. I've worked, and my son has worked this position before. This one's a little cramped. This is the beauty station. This is Studio 1, where I was operating. And I'm going to show you his little shop. This is what every ham needs. A little workshop like this.
And it's clean.
He's got a neat,
Kinda, sorta clean.
kind of sort of clean. This is where smoke and solder happens. Has George ever been here?
Pardon?
George from Ham Nation, you know, he has that smoke and solder segment.
If he has, he may have been here, but
Okay.
I don't remember if he was or not. But more solder, less smoke.
More so. Okay.
Although,
Here's the guy that started it all. I'm going to get some. Well, this is. Oh, look at that. Oh, there's a spark gappy over there. Is this a working station here?
yes, that's actually the equipment that was donated by Joe Walsh and Bob Heil.
Oh, okay.
And this is the vintage AM station.
Mm-hmm.
And it does function. In fact, Bob Allison, who is the chief project view engineer, and also the assistant lab manager, when he has an opportunity, will come in here on Fridays and get on 75 meters AM.
Wow.
And
Is that a ribbon microphone or is it just a
well,
this-
not really.
okay. It's got that look, but it's.
Exactly. But this equipment fully functions. It's on Hiram's desk. We don't
Wow.
have any pictures of it there.
And you got.
And,
Was that Hiram's spark gap?
Yes, this is Ole Betsy. This is Hiram Percy Maxim's rotary spark gap transmitter.
Can I turn the lights on?
Sure. And in fact, let me clean the contacts and I'll fire it up for you.
Oh, this is going to be a treat.
Back in late 2013, I repaired her because she was broken. She was pretty much silent since '89. And what had happened was during the renovation of the station '89, we were sending Ole Betsy out. And at one of the venues, her condenser, it was broken. We're guessing someone may have dropped it. And so she wasn't functional for the longest time. But I wanted to get her ready for the centennial. So I essentially had to disassemble the condenser and fix it. And I got her working again. The only thing is that the high voltage transformer, which this generates 12,000 volts AC.
Not bad, dude. Go ahead.
So this is his rotary spark gap transmitter. What I'll be doing is over there, I'll be keying a low voltage into a triac keyer I built that puts 120 volts to the high voltage transformer, which has seen better days. Sometimes she gets really tired and she doesn't want to arc for me. But that'll generate about 12,000 volts AC. That voltage will be placed across the 2 points here through the condenser and 1/2 of the oscillation transformer. Now this 4-point armature is spinning at about 2,500 RPM. That's based upon calculations for the pulley size and the motor. And it will come very close to the 2 points here without actually touching it. You can see it right there. The air will break down, and assuming all's right with the world, we'll get a nice arc.
Okay.
That energy is coupled back through the oscillation transformer to the secondary, and this LED is wired across this secondary. So depending upon the strength of the arc, we usually get a decent lighting or no lighting at all. And you can tell, she starts...
Now this simulates the antenna or the load.
Correct,
Okay.
yes. The transformer itself is getting old. The condenser obviously already had to be repaired. So sometimes...
Getting old?
It's getting old. I wanted to put it like that. So sometimes she is finicky. She's cranky. She doesn't want to argue.
I'm getting old and I'm finicky.
Cranky. So it works out both ways. feel free to film.
But don't put my hand down in there.
Yeah, just don't put your hand down in
Right,
there.
okay.
These are oilers. These are McCoy oilers, and those actually just feed the armature. Obviously, they leak because they're
Now, was this a homebrew? Or?
This was something that he had designed, yes. Back at that, in his day, there were a variety of ways to generate an arc.
Mm-hmm.
This is a rotary spark. You can generate an arc between two carbon rods. Other individuals actually use the old Ford motor coils.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a variety of ways to do it. Essentially, just had to generate a high voltage.
Mm-hmm.
He had used this up until 1928 or so, and around that time with the introduction of the audio on, and then CW or tone modulation, the FCC had outlawed the use of spark because it was
So
inefficient.
broadband.
It was so broadbanded.
It was all over the place.
All over the place. This set the frequency, but even still, you would still get interference.
Yeah.
So much so that if you had spark operators within any close proximity to each other, they actually had to schedule their QSOs.
Okay.
Because even if they were 2 miles away, one would interfere with the other.
Yeah.
So this was located, and there's a lot more equipment, I should say, by the way, that was associated with this that had been lost to history, although we theorize that maybe some of the family has some of it.
Mm-hmm.
But this was located in his basement, and he would remotely control it from his living room.
Oh, wow.
Because we have both an electrical and a mechanical hazard with this. But back then, that's the way you did it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to
Throw the big switch.
throw the big switch, literally, which is the big switch. This was part of Hiram's setup. This is all low voltage, so it's very safe. So, you know, prior to this, we actually keyed 120 volts across the contacts.
Okay.
We don't do that anymore. So there she is. Oh, all right, so I'm going to do some spark out of her.
Now, where's the spark coming in? You know, you gotta let me go leave it there.
You have to do it,
I gotta put my call sign in there.
Okay.
If I can remember, don't embarrass myself. Contact's kind of messy.
It's just the whole thing itself. So
Okay.
like a November 2 Sierra Quebec.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Like that.
Yeah, see?
The contact's dirty.
Well, no, also it's the pump.
Okay.
She just gets very finicky because these are in close contact.
Okay. Okay, that's
So,
right.
yeah, she just gets tired.
Well, at least I tried it.
Trying it.
Well, I could say I operated a spark gap. Wow,
did.
Joe, I really appreciate how you extended yourself for my visit. I really do appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
Right. And this is some interesting stuff up there.
There is an interesting story to that. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's an interesting story. We, at the original site, which was actually licensed as 1MK, that site was located about 5 miles to the north of us on Brainerd Road.
Mm-hmm.
That was destroyed in the Great Flood of 1936.
Okay.
That flood actually occurred after Hiram Percy Maxson passed away. But anyway, we had a smaller version of these. This is an amplifier that we use as part of our bulletin setup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the way the story goes, as was told to me by the late station manager, is that an individual who used to pull these off of ships, they were used by the Navy, as they were updating their equipment, he had a whole garage load of them. And he saw that we originally had one at the original station, so he donated this to us purely as a museum piece.
Okay.
This apparently was located in a room next to the radio room on a ship. And as you can see these gears here, they would tune it by using insulated rods and essentially something along the lines of bike chains.
Okay.
Because you had high voltages on here, you couldn't risk having the operator trying to tune it,
Right.
get a little bit of yaw, and then there you go. So this was located in the room next to the radio operators.
Okay. Wow.
And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right.
I'm not exactly sure how, if the truth was stretched a little bit or what it goes with this. But that's
It was
what told me.
embellished.
Yeah, it could have been embellished a little bit, but that's what was told me as to how this was actually came to being here at WWW.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the tour, for the setting me up and letting me operate. You really made my day, as they say.
I'm glad you
So
could tell.
anyway, I say 7-3s, Joe.
And I say 73, and thank you very much for coming and operating here. And the station's open Monday through Friday, 10 to 12, and then 1 to 345 for visitor operators. Anyone from a novice to an extra can come in and operate.
Oh,
And
yeah.
operating bands and modes granted by our license class. The only thing is you're operating just as W1AW.
Thank
But
you.
it's a lot of fun.
Well, that wraps up my time here at W1AW. I really had a good time. I want to thank all the people I made contacts with. That made it more enjoyable. To my friends on the SpiderWebNet, thank you for being there. It was great to make the contact with you. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I want to thank Joe here at the station, who was so accommodating and a great host and setting things up. So if you get an opportunity to get into Newington and get to Hartford for whatever, take the time, come over here, take the tour of the main building, and get on the air and operate here. And any band, any frequency, any mode, anything you want to do, you can do here and do it with a really quality station. So 7-3 from W1AW. This is N2SQ, and I'm heading back to Vermont. Bye-bye.